Hey everybody, it's your boy Warren France Sports Network. Sunday here. My Eagles are playing the Giants. I know it's kind of crazy. Everyone's like, you're a Yankees fan, but you love the Eagles. It's a long story. I'll get into that later. But I just want to discuss the current state of the Yankees. What's been going on, how we feeling during the offseason, how do we feel about the moves. The first thing I'll address is Carlos Rodon. Very happy with that signing. I think that's a very good signing for the Yankees. He's going to fit in perfectly in this rotation, and I think that this will honestly get the best out of Garrett Cole. You've seen with his time, his history is like when he has another ace, a true bona fide ace on his staff, that it takes kind of all the pressure off of his shoulder. It feels like, he has someone there by his side. If you look at his history, he's been really dominant. So I expect him to get back to his Houston days. Expect a career year from Garrett Cole. Maybe that's just my bias speaking, but I truly expect this pitching staff again. Pitching is not my concern. I don't know how many ways I can say even before the Rodon deal, I have faith in Montas. Frankie Montas is our number 5 right now, okay? That's a damn good rotation. So I'm cool with the rotation. Great move. I'll take that. My issue though, again, and I don't know how many ways I can say this. I don't know how many ways I can flip it, dip it, trip it, this offense. And Yankees fans on Twitter, and again, I need to stay off Twitter, but they get mad when I say there's been realistically no changes to this lineup. And significant changes, and not just replacing IKF with or for Gleyber Torres or vice whatever, and then all these miniature moves. I'm talking about significant impact, right? 2020, we lost whatever in the playoffs. 2021, we got embarrassed by Boston. Okay, your responses, and I keep going back to this because even during that season, 2021 was just ridiculous. Our offense was so inconsistent and bad. So they get Joey Gallo. What? Okay. Even when I heard those rumors, I was just disgusted because it's you're adding another high strikeout, doesn't make contact, right? It's we've needed a Benintendi type for so long, and as luck would have it, he got injured. I was begging for him. If I had my YouTube channel prior, you would see that the Yankees clearly listened to me and got many, and I thought that was a great move. And I don't understand. If you're saying to yourself, right, 5 years for 75, you're telling me you couldn't give him $15 million? The years were the issue? So why not give him $17 million? Say, okay, we'll give you 4 years at $17 million. That's more than serviceable for a lefty that's going to hit 300 and his numbers are going to play better at Yankee Stadium. But no, Yankees do not do that. So now here we are with a lineup. Oh, I'm fast forwarding. But again, since 2020, the only changes we've had to this lineup is Joey Gallo, IKF, and Donaldson. Since 2021 playoff loss to Boston. Bruh, I can't get any more upset. I can't yell anymore. I can't curse. It's how many more times? I feel like any other person could do a better job at selecting these players. And I don't get Cashman, and I don't get these guys. I don't understand. What is the problem? You've bet you stash your prospects away. You don't play them. Okay, so now you're pushing all your eggs to the front, and you're okay, so we're gonna give Oswaldo Cabrera, make him start in left field where he's never played prior to the freaking playoffs. Oh my God, he's been an infielder his entire career. right? But you're telling the kid, which he's fine in right field, but right field is small in Yankee Stadium. And if you look at all his highlights and all, it's like quick decisions. You don't really have to maneuver around much space. Left field is huge at Yankee Stadium. You need an experienced and preferably lefty to make those rangy catches to your right. Because when you, as a lefty, when you're running twos, let's say somebody's batting right and they pull something to left field or left center. Let's just say left down the line, right? Which left Yankee Stadium, there's a lot of space on the left side. So let's say they pull something like a line drive. You'd see a Benintendi, like it's easy. His glove hand is on that side already, so he can run and sprint and just make that move and catch. It's easier for him to stretch out. But as a righty in left field, you have to literally turn, right? The same way you would have to do as a lefty, but you turn, and then it becomes like more of a backhanded catch. It's more of a difficult catch, if you guys understand what I'm saying. It's more difficult, and then it's also more space ranging out to the left center. So it's just so much to be thinking about. And again, you're asking a guy who's never played outfield in his minor league career. Like you were asking a lot to have him in right field. And if not for all those injuries, he never would have played. But then you're like, nah, we're going to stick him in left field. We saw he wasn't that great. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be, he's great. He would be Marwin Gonzalez's replacement. That would be the smart thing to do. Get a surefire left fielder, and at this point it's feeling like Profar might be the move. Like just do it. He had a pretty good season last year. I feel like it'll play better at Yankee Stadium. Any lefty bat, you have to think they're gonna play better at Yankee Stadium. But at this point it's like, man, you're putting a lot on these kids. You have Donaldson still here, Hicks still here, IKF, like he has a real shot. Boom, keep tripling, quadrupling, like. Oh man, this offense. So let's go through it. I mean, they can't. Their pride won't allow them to bench Donaldson, as far as we can tell. So I have to assume that he's gonna start because he's making so much fucking money. Excuse my cursing. So I have to assume that he's gonna be starting. So then that's be like, okay, what do we do with DJ now? So you're going to do the same thing that you did with him last year, which I guess kind of worked. But then that's like, again, you're taking at bats from people who should have it because you're like, okay, we need Donaldson to play. And it's absurd. And no amount of defense, good defense that he plays, will make me feel good about that under 100 OPS plus last year. One of his worst career years. And he's only getting older. So it's like, geez, man. So then you have questions at third base, left field, shortstop. And then the lineup. So again, let's say that Josh Donaldson does start. So who's your number one leadoff? Who's leading off now? We still have no leadoff hitter. Let's assume Judge 2, Rizzo 3, Giancarlo 4, I guess Glaber 5. Because they're not getting rid of Glaber. I mean, at this point, you need his offense, right? You're looking, it was like, okay, we can trade it, but who's going to, like, it's absurd. You want these kids, but how many of these kids are truly going to pan out? If we're being realistic with ourselves, is Volpe, Peraza, and Cabrera all? I think we're lucky because Cabrera was, don't forget, our 14th ranked prospect. So it's not like he was this highly, and that's how shit goes. Your top prospects are not always going to work out, as we've seen with the Yankees for years. So it's like, man, you guys are saying, okay, Volpe and Peraza, this is it. You guys are the future. And it's like, can we afford to roll the dice? With all this money you guys are putting into this team, can you afford to roll the dice on offense like you have for the last 2 years? And now it's even worse because you're not like, IKF, I could live with his bat, right? His defense was poo-poo. But if you're putting in Peraza or Volpe, like let's say Volpe, they want Volpe to, which I doubt. I see him eventually becoming the second baseman and they get rid of Torres, which would be smart, and then let Peraza play short. Or just get rid of both, not both of them, but get rid of Peraza and get Reynolds. Give them whatever they need, man. This Reynolds thing should have been done because the Hicks and Oswaldo Cabrera, I'm telling you, that's not going to work. And I've stressed this over and over again last year. You're asking so much of Judge, Rizzo, and Giancarlo when you're like, okay, and even Glaber to an extent, because it's like this lineup, it's only those 4 guys, and then Rizzo being the only lefty threat. It's so easy to pitch to this team. It's so easy. Like they need a lefty bat. I don't understand how we've gone so long without an established lefty bat. Man, Bryce Harper should be in New York, man. It sucks. That Correa situation, I will never get over it, because if he went to the Twins, the team that we traded that suckered us into, like we got outmaneuvered by the Twins, man. That's insane, man. But I don't know. I'm not happy about this lineup. I don't think it's gonna be great, but let's hope the Yankees have another move in them. It's your boy Warren France from the Warren France Sports Network. Talk to you guys soon. Happy holidays, New Year 2023. No matter what, still rooting for the Yankees. And hopefully see you guys. All right, later.